Wells Fargo firing more than 100 employees for allegedly defrauding a federal pandemic relief program. Multiple reports now saying the bank, can you believe this? They determined that former staffers knowingly defrauded the Small Business Administration by falsely applying for COVID-19 relief funds for themselves. And this is a story that doesn't help the reputation of Wells Fargo, which has been a reputational mess, sadly, for now several years. Becky.
Yeah, I think this is different than some of those situations. I mean, in the past, it was bad employee behavior, but it was bad employee behavior that was incentivized and ignored by management. In this case, we knew that there were going to be fraud. There would be cases of fraud, that people would abuse this system when there was so much money being handed out. In this case, I'd give kudos to the bank for finding those employees, ferreting them out, and getting rid of them. And, you know, this is very different than the stuff that they've gotten dinged for in the past, which I think management was blind and, you know, intentionally put on blinders to the bad behavior that was taking place there.
I still, when I read it, I was like, who was doing the hiring at Wells Fargo for a number of years? I really did. I was like, holy my God. I mean, what was the, I mean, you could have a skit about that almost on Saturday. I mean, when a candidate comes in, I mean, what are you looking for? I mean, you look pretty sneaky.
I just think
pretty sneaky. You're
Joe,
hired.
I'm with you.
I mean, with
100 of these people, it's one thing
100.
to give them credit for.
How many were doing the accounts? I think I still got a couple of accounts. Right. Well, no, I'm kidding. I don't. But, you know, that I never opened. But that was a great idea. I mean, you know, having been a stockbroker, if you could open accounts, it was so hard because you had to make so many calls. Yeah. If you could just open them in the phone book, just, hey, this guy looks good. He's got an account. He's got an account.
It was a huge problem, no question. Huge problem with what Wells Fargo was doing. And by the way, they ignored it for years. Their system was set up to incentivize some of those things going through.
But
I just think
the corporate culture might have been. Yeah, the corporate culture might have been an issue, though.
For sure. Yeah,
Seems
that's a fair point.
Worth pointing out, by the way, and this may make Becky's point to some degree. J.P. Morgan had not a problem, I don't think, at this level in terms of this number, but there were people at J.P. Morgan that they ended up firing that were involved with fraud as well. I just think the level and extent of the number of people involved, at least from the outside, from what it appears on Wells Fargo, seems so extreme. You have to think that there's some kind of cultural problem at play here.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.